Hi friends, my name is Akil Ahmed, and in this particular video tutorial we will see how to create the store procedure for real life problem in SQL Server. So the agenda of today's video tutorial is that how we can create a store procedure. So this is the second video for creating the store procedure for a real life problem, and if you have not watched my previous video on this one, then I will share the link of that video in the description so that you will understand this video more. Okay, so without wasting further time, let's jump to the demo. So this is my SQL Server instance here, and here we are dropping the products table if the products table exists, and then we are creating the products table. And now this is the store procedure that we created in the previous video. That this is a simple store procedure, and we are passing the 4 parameters to it. So what we are doing here, that we have declared a product ID variable here of integer type, and we are simply inserting the data into the products table, and then we are getting the last inserted product ID into the products table, and based on the product ID then we are selecting the data. Okay, so here we are not checking for any duplicate, or we are not updating any price or something. So for example, if I show you like executing this particular store procedure, so right now in the products table there is no data. Okay, so suppose if I execute the store procedure, so it will insert one record. Okay, and if I rerun the store procedure again, then it will insert another record. So there is no check for the duplicate or something. So it's a simple insert statement that is running inside the store procedure. Okay, now we need to make some changes to the store procedure, that insert a product into the products table if a product based on the product name and manufacturer does not exist. So if a record does not exist, only insert that particular product into the products table. Now the second thing is that if a product already exists based on the product name and manufacturer, but the price is different, then update the price of the existing record into the SQL table. Okay, so this is the second condition. Now the third condition is that if a product already exists based on the product name, manufacturer and price, all these information like the product name, manufacturer and price, we will pass from the input parameter. Okay, so if a product already exists based on these 3 columns, then do nothing, do not insert the duplicate records. So right now we are just inserting the records without checking anything here, because there is no where clause or something or if condition. So before inserting a record, we should check that if a product already exists based on the product name, manufacturer and price, then do nothing and do not insert the duplicate record. Now in the fourth point, return the row from the SQL Server table for the given product. Okay, so suppose if a product already exists, now when I execute the store procedure, then it should return the record from the SQL Server table for that particular product. Okay, so suppose I'm passing all these values here. Okay, but I'm not passing the product ID, for example, and if a product already exists, then it should return all the columns including the product ID, which I'm not providing. Okay, so it should return all the data. So now let's see like how we can write the code for checking all these 4 things. Okay, so let's modify the store procedure. Okay, so the first thing is that insert a product into the products table if a product based on the product name and manufacturer does not exist. So first of all, before inserting the data into the products table, we should check that only insert a record if the record does not exist. Okay, so we can write the if condition here, if not exist. Okay, and then we can write the condition here like select one from products table. Okay, where product name equal to, and we can pass the input parameter like the product name from here, and the second one is the manufacturer, so we can pass the manufacturer as well, like, and manufacturer equal to the manufacturer variable. Okay, the input parameter. So if you look at the inside query, the sub query, so this will return the value 1 if a product will exist inside the SQL Server table based on the product name and the manufacturer name. So if a product will exist, okay, then it will return the value 1. Okay, and if a product won't exist based on the product name and manufacturer, then it won't return any data, and then this particular condition will be true. Okay, so if a record does not exist, then we can simply write begin and end here. Okay, so now it will simply insert a record if it does not exist, And now in the else condition, what can be the condition? That the product can exist. So suppose if product exists, so we can write if exist, okay, and now we can check based on all three columns. So I can simply copy this particular query and I can paste it here. So if exist, if the product exists based on the product name and manufacturer, and even the price is same, for example. So if everything is same and price equal to the input parameter price, okay, so if all the columns values are same, all three column values are same, then do nothing, okay. So we can write like begin and end, and I can simply print a value that product already exists, okay, product already exist, okay. So we won't do anything in this particular condition. And now because this is an if condition, so in the else condition, what can be the else condition? That the product already exists but the price might not be same. So now what we can do, that we can update the data in the else condition, or even we can just simply, to be on the safe side, we can actually put the whole if condition else if exist. So if for example product name exists and the manufacturer name exists, and if price is not equal to the price, so if the price is different, okay, then in that particular condition we can simply update the price of the existing record, okay. So that's what we want to do. So that's the second condition, that if a product already exists based on the product name and manufacturer but price is different, then update the price of the existing record into the SQL table, okay. So if this condition will met, then we need to update the price of the product. So we can write the update statement here, like update products, okay, and then set price equal to @price. So the price is coming from the price variable here, okay. And now we need to put the where condition, where product name equal to product name and manufacturer equal to manufacturer, okay. So this particular record will be updated here. So now all the first three conditions are done. That in the first condition, if product won't exist, then we'll insert the product into the products table. In the second condition, if the product already exists based on all three columns, then we won't do anything because the product already exists. Now in the last condition, we are checking that if the product exists based on the product name and the manufacturer is correct, but if the price is different, then we will update the price, okay. So we have done all the three conditions, and now in the fourth one we just need to return the row from the SQL Server table for the given product, okay. So here we can simply remove this one scope identity. Instead we want to get the product ID for the given product. So we can simply write a select statement here, like select product ID from products where product name equal to product name and manufacturer equal to manufacturer and price equal to price. So we can copy and paste this particular statement, and instead of the one we can write the product ID, okay. So this way this will return the product ID, and to be on the safe side we can just simply write top one here, okay, so that it will return only one record. Now we got the product ID, so we can simply pass the product ID as it is to this particular query, that we will select the product ID, product name, price, manufacturer and the date created from the products table where product ID equal to this particular product ID, okay. So this is our final code that we can execute, and we can just simply execute this particular query. So this will actually drop the store procedure sp_insert product and will recreate it, okay. So now let's test this particular store procedure. So right now if I check the data in the products table, so we have three records. So let me just drop and recreate the products table so that we can test from the scratch, okay. So right now there is no data in the products table. So now let me try to insert first record. So if I execute the whole query, so this inserted one record into the products table. The product name is laptop, price is 120 and the manufacturer is the HP. Now suppose if I rerun the same query, then it should not insert the duplicate record, okay. So you can see that I rerun the whole query and it has not inserted any duplicate record. So it means that it is not inserting the duplicate data. Now suppose if a product does not exist, then it should insert the product. So suppose I insert the product as like mouse, and the product price as 10. So now if I execute this query, then it should insert a new record into the table. So now you can see that it inserted a new record into the table, and it returned the most recent record, for the given particular product. And now if I rerun the query again, then it won't insert the same data again. So it is still returning the same product, whatever information you are passing here. Now suppose if I change the price of the product, like suppose the price increased from 10 to 12, and if I rerun the query, then this particular record should be updated with the price as 12 and the latest price should be returned. Okay, so let me execute this particular query again. So now you can see that the existing price of the product got updated with the 12 and it is returning the same product, for whatever product we are passing the values, and the price has been updated. Okay, so this is how it's working. And now if I change the product name, okay, and suppose if I change the the manufacturer as well, like Dell, and I can pass the value as maybe keyboard. Okay, so now this should insert the new record. So the latest record has been inserted, the product ID 3. Okay, and this is returning the latest data. Yeah, so this was about like creating the store procedure on a particular condition, that before inserting the data into a table, we are checking if the data already exists or not. Okay, and there were 3 conditions that we saw here. Okay, so I will share this particular code with you, and I will still continue creating some more videos on the store procedures, and we will see some other use cases as well on the store procedures, and we will also see like how we can debug the store procedures as well. Yes, so I think that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching the video, and if you like the video, then please click the like button, do subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon and click on all so that you will be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much.